What's going on, Colts Nation? I appreciate you joining me for another video where today I want to talk about the Colts game plan going into this game against Jacksonville in Jacksonville. Now we know like all this that we talk about could all be for nothing. We know we haven't won there. It's been, 9 years since we've won there. We couldn't defeat the week one curse. Once again, had a division opponent at home in week one, couldn't get the job done. So going into Jacksonville, this is a curse that we need to get over, right? And seemingly Shane Steichen has gotten over the Steelers, and his offense does very well against the Steelers. So we've gotten over not being able to beat the Steelers. Now we need to get to the point where we can win in Jacksonville. And the big question, of course, is going to be how's that going to happen, right? I'm recording this video before the injury report comes out on Wednesday. I have to do that because of my day job, and I like to get these videos out on Wednesday. So with that, right, looking at is Anthony Richardson's expected to play, I believe. That's everything I've seen. He should be good to go, assuming there's no, big-time setbacks. You can't touch the quarterback in practice. I assume he, could not practice on Wednesday and then, be limited on Thursday, then practice fully on Friday, just kind of a light workload throughout the week. He's a starter. He should be fine. And if he can't go, you have Joe Flacco, who we know is going to be steady in the pocket. We know he's going to be accurate for the most part. Joe Flacco is not perfect, but we know, at least right now he hits the mark more than AR will. He knows how to read plenty of different defenses, and he can do what he needs to do to try to win a football game. So that's what makes me feel good, right? Whether it's Anthony Richardson, the offense is clearly more dynamic with Anthony Richardson. So coming into this game, when you look at either guy, like it's just two different offenses, but I think we can put up points, especially when you see the guys that the Jags have different injuries, guys that are on the IR, guys that could miss time this upcoming week. So their defense, not what it has been in past years, and I think their defense is gettable, right? Tyson Campbell, their best corner, he's not going to be in this game. He's currently on the IR. Pardon the interruption. I just want to let you guys know how much I appreciate you stopping by the channel. And I also want to say that when I look at the analytics, 50% of the people that come by and watch this channel are not subscribed. So as Peyton's telling you to do here, hit that subscribe button right now. Turn those notifications on so you get notified when any videos come out. Now, if you need any further proof of why you need to subscribe, when you look at the numbers, 62.4% of the views on this channel over the last month have come from people that are not subscribed to the channel. So again, if you're one of those people, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you so much. And let's get back into the video. There's going to be opportunity one way or another for the offense to come into this game, be able to put some things together, get in a rhythm, just like last game. Start fast. Whoever the quarterback is, come in, start fast, get off to a good start. And of course, the big question becomes, is Jonathan Taylor going to play? He has that high ankle sprain, but it is of the mild variety. It's not anything that's serious, and it's actually mild enough that there's conversation that maybe he could play this upcoming week. And then you want to see, right, somebody that has past ankle issues. With a high ankle sprain, I wonder, and I kind of feel like they're just going to go ahead and sit him this week. And just for anybody that's curious about any of the roster moves that we're making, last night while I was at work, I got a notification. Indianapolis Colts put on Twitter, said we have signed running back Trent Penix to the practice squad and released kicker Spencer Schrader from the practice squad. So bring Trent Penix up. So I assume there's going to be some more movement there. And then maybe I'll look into that. With Spencer Schrader going, not ideal. That means they're sticking with Gay for sure. They're probably tired of the conversation. So getting rid of Schrader, Trent Penix coming in, back on the practice squad. He was with us earlier this year. So it seems like JT might end up missing a game, which I feel like is kind of expected with a high ankle sprain. But then hopefully able to come back and be healthy against the Titans, who currently they have Jeffrey Simmons dealing with an injury, but they have Devondre Sweat, who's been a beast for them so far this year. But looking here again at this Jags game, whoever the running back is, whoever the quarterback is, like it's about being efficient. This game, you're going to have to be efficient. The Jags play a type of defense where it's like they want you to try to do something and try to do too much, right? They want to keep everything in front of you, bend, don't break type of defense. And of course, this year with being 0-4, that defense is obviously broke more than they'd like it to. So that's where I think we have an opportunity. You saw what the receivers were able to do last week. It's kind of what we had all talked about in the offseason. Pitt looked like Pitt again last week. You have Josh Downs coming into it, and we all thought he was going to be incredible. Obviously, had to miss the first game, but with him coming back, he finally looked like himself. And of course, part of that is because Joe Flacco was in, and Joe Flacco was checking the ball down a lot. And when I say checking the ball down, he's just taking what the defense was giving him, and Josh Downs getting the ball in his hands and able to make plays with it. So that's what we really need is take what the defense gives us, get the ball in the hands of our playmakers on the offensive side, and let them do what they're going to do, right? Trey Sermon isn't Jonathan Taylor, but we've seen him be good in different spurts. So with the offensive line playing the way it's playing, I think they can be extremely dominant just all day long. This is one where I think our offense against their defense, you look at our front against their front, we should bully these guys all day long. That's what I would expect coming into this game. So offensively, it's run the ball. Just try to stay balanced. Run the ball. Take what the defense gives you. We know Joe Flacco is going to try to find those passes down the field. And we know A.D. Mitchell has been actually incredible. He's not getting the ball in his hands, but there are things that he could do better, but the quarterbacks need to throw him better balls. He gets incredible separation. He does such a good job running his routes, and he's fast. He's explosive. We just need to get the ball in his hands. I like that we're doing an end around with him last week. I'd like to see more stuff like, obviously you can't just do a bunch of end arounds with him, but just finding creative ways to get the ball in AD's hands. I think that's going to be good for us. Okay, and then when you look at our defense, their offense, it's kind of almost the same thing. I feel like our defense just stylistically doesn't really match up well with what the Jaguars do, right? The Jaguars are, kind of a version of the West Coast where they're trying to, work the sidelines. They're trying to push things to the side so that they can set up the vertical. They're trying to run the ball. Typically trying to run the ball. This version of it, they do more, short passes, to kind of mitigate the run game, right? Again, because they're trying to spread things out from sideline to sideline. So they're going to try to stress the defense. Now, that's where we've gotten better this year, right? Of course, the first couple games, it was really bad. These last couple games, we've been really good defending sideline to sideline. So coming into this game, this is where the defense, those adjustments need to happen, right? Going up against this offense, we know this defense typically, tends to play back. So that gives them an opportunity to get the ball in their guys' hands and set up blocks enough, right? So how are we going to adjust, right? Gus Bradley's going to play Gus Bradley's defense, but it's about our guys being reactionary, which I think we've done a really good job at, right? And again, I was at the game this past Sunday. It's one thing watching it on TV and being able to see, a couple of the players, but when you're really able to see in real time, like what the quarterback's about to do, where he's about to go with the ball, how does defense react to it, and being able to see that in real time, I was really impressed with our defense. I thought they did a really, really good job against the Steelers. Again, for most of that game, we let up 14 points in the fourth quarter and almost let them come back and win that game, or at least tie it up. Until they were able to stop them there at the end of the game. But nonetheless, they did a good job in the last game. I think they've played well over the last two games. Of course, one of those is against the Bears, whose offense hasn't been very good. But coming into this game, this is a Jaguars offense that has potential to be potent. They can put up points. Okay. Now, their problem has really been their defense. Their defense is letting up 27.3 points per game so far this year. And Jacksonville is scoring 15 points per game. They have 6 total touchdowns as an offense, okay? Their offense has not been efficient this year, and I think it's because people know how Doug Peterson does things, right? Him and Frank Reich seem like kind of the same, where they're just going to keep running their offense, and they're all about, you just got to execute it. I'm not going to change it. We just have to execute better. And whereas you see some of the best offensive coordinators in the league, Kyle Shanahan, Shane Steichen, they will change the offense, how they need to change the offense according to how their players play, how their players, what are their strengths, weaknesses, stuff like that. So coming into this, taking advantage of what we know from Doug Peterson, what we know he's going to do. That's all we need to do, okay? But And that's what's hard. This offense is predictable going up against our very predictable defense. So in Jacksonville, you're in Jacksonville, a place we haven't won in a long time. That's what makes me think this is obviously going to be a tough game for us to win. So coming in, of course, not insanely confident here, but I do think that this is the year, and of course the Jags are 0-4 and haven't looked good, and we're kind of rolling right now. I think we're picking it up with because of our quarterback situation. Whichever quarterback plays, like, I feel good about what we can do. It's just about doing the little things right, being able to run the ball. Again, I think we're going to be able to dominate up front. And honestly, I think we can dominate up front on both sides of the ball, which is obviously a recipe to win any game in the NFL. So coming in this one, that's the plan. Offensively, just be efficient, take care of the ball, take what the defense is going to give you. This one, you don't worry about going and putting up 27 points. If 20 points get you a win, if 17 points get you a win, take it, right? Just be efficient, keep possession of the ball. On defense, you're going up against an offense that has not been efficient this year. Just keep them that way. Continue to do what you've been doing. Continue to fly around. Have that motivation to come into this game knowing we haven't won in X amount of years. There are players, pretty much every player on this team hasn't won in Jacksonville ever. So this is one coming in. We got to get a win here, and I think this is how we get it done. Offensively, be efficient. Defensively, attack. We know what they're going to do. We know what Doug Peterson's going to bring, so attack it, right? Don't hesitate. Come straight at them. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking for the game plan. Of course, I'd like to know what you think about the game plan. What should we do coming in this game offensively, defensively? How do we win this game in Jacksonville? I know it's going to be tough. Push the whole we're not going to win in Jacksonville side. Okay, if we are going to win in Jacksonville, you let me know how we're going to do it down in the comment section. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you think? And of course, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you continue to get notified anytime there are any more videos on this channel. We're going live for the game Sunday, so make sure you get notified for all of that. And of course, I appreciate you stopping by for another video. As always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.